No, your eyes aren't deceiving you. This is a review for a TV show. I mean, seeing as films, I guess, are like a dime a dozen nowadays, and I kind of have a lot of unexpected free time on my hands, I thought, why not get talking about some TV shows that I've been watching? Shows like The Haunting of Bly Manor, The Mandalorian Season 2, and WandaVision are all reviews that you can expect as and when they air, but for the time being, let's get diabolical.
Lads in the country. We got soup terrorists. And we got no superheroes.
Hi! I'm Stormfront.
Who?
I'm the new girl.
Wonderful.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to the first ever Luke's TV reviews, and what a way to kick off the first episode by taking a look at the second season of one of the most popular shows to air in the last couple of years, The Boys. Also, just a heads up, this video is going to contain spoilers for Season 1 and Season 2 of The Boys, so if you haven't sat and watched The Boys yet, I would advise you to maybe steer clear of this video, and also, just go and watch The Boys. Picking up where the first season left off, Homelander reveals that Becca is still alive and that he fathered a son with her, a son that marks the first natural-born super being. Butcher obviously takes this as well as you would imagine, but in the meantime, Vought are still trying to cover up the controversy surrounding Compound V, as well as introducing new superhero Stormfront into the Seven. As for the boys, they're delving more into the conspiracy surrounding Vought, which leads them down increasingly twisted and wacky tunnels. If you thought Season 1 was pushing the boat out in regards to the superhero genre, you need to buckle up for Season 2. We have boats crashing into whales, talking gills, being strangled by a stretchy penis, and masturbating off of the Empire State Building, just to name a few of the outrageous things that happen in this season. Look, you can't deny this show goes to places that other shows wouldn't dare touch. And once again, similar to my thoughts on the first season, the best and most interesting character of the show is Anthony Starr's Homelander. Now, before Season 2, Homelander was basically Superman with a god complex and also an evil psychopathic dickhead. And this time around, he still is that evil psychopathic dickhead, but they do a really, really good job to just flesh out his character even more. In this instance, it comes in that pairing between him wanting to be a father to Ryan, his son. You get the idea that deep down, behind the ego and the pain, he wants to be good. He wants to raise Ryan as best as he can and make him into a version of himself that he can never be. He wants Ryan to grow up to be what the public see Homelander to be, not have all the demons in his closet. I mean, at first, his attitude towards Ryan is, let's just throw him off a roof and see if he flies, but it's the scene in the finale where he notices that Ryan is getting visibly upset by all the attention that Stormfront and Homelander are getting, that he actually acts like a father and puts the care and needs of his child ahead of himself and the fame. It just so happens that a lot of that probably won't come to fruition because he chose to hang out with Stormfront. And that's where it all just kind of goes to shit for Homelander, because Stormfront is a very interesting character. In the first few episodes, I really wasn't sure what side of the coin she'd land on. Was she a good guy? Was she a bad guy? And then I think it's around episode 3 of this season. Yeah, she's definitely bad. I mean, you don't get more evil than a Nazi. Aya Cash is fantastic, but trust me, you will loathe her the more and more about her character gets revealed and unearthed. But she does get her comeuppance when Starlight, Kamiko, and Maeve beat the absolute crap out of her, and Ryan turns her into Anakin Skywalker post-Mustafa. And as far as the actual boys themselves are concerned, the chemistry is all still there. Huey is trying to cope as best as he can, working alongside Starlight to unearth all of the shady stuff going on at Vought. Butcher is probably got one of the most interesting character arcs especially in this season, because he starts off just absolutely pissed, fuming that Becca has been alive all this time, knowing that she had a kid with Homelander. And then as that arc is complete and we see how Butcher is left at the end of the season without Becca and primarily now responsible for Ryan, I mean, Karl Urban is so good. Only he could make Butcher an asshole at times, and yet also the most lovable character on the show. Is the mother of the group, is always protecting the rest, he's great. Frenchie gets some really nice development in this season, unearthing a lot of the demons from his past. And Kamiko, Karen Fukuhara's Kamiko, is great as well. She gets a lot more to do this season. Her arc specifically focusing directly on Stormfront. Stormfront kills her brother, and so she's just out for this passionate revenge. She ends up doing hits across the country. At one point, she rips a dude's face off his face. It's cool and also seriously disturbing. And then sprinkled in amongst that, you have the Deep and A-Train, who join the Church of the Collective, which basically you go to kind of cleanse yourself of wrongdoings from your past. There is kind of a satirical approach towards the whole concept of cancel culture and going on that path towards redemption. I think it was done okay, although I'm struggling to find out what the purpose of the Church of the Collective is going to be from here on out, because obviously now Deep and A-Train, I think, have left the church. A-Train's back in the Seven, Deep's kind of gone off in a sulk, but we saw that dude's head explode like a shaken can of Fresca. So I don't quite know what the aim is now moving forward. Also, a couple of topics that I wasn't too keen on. The first couple of episodes, I was a bit confused as to what the overall aim is going to be from here on out. I was kind of a bit like, I don't know what the overall plan for the season is. Eventually, it does get revealed the more we learn about Stormfront and the secret testing that I think is going to be a huge component of Season 3. But yeah, first couple of episodes, I think it took its sweet time to get going. As always, there is a copious amount of dark humor that The Boys is really well known for that I think is going to appeal to some, definitely appeals to me, and it's going to really put a lot of people off. I mean, they're crawling through the guts of a skewered whale at one point. Patton Oswalt voices the Deep's gills. One of the funniest moments of the whole season was actually really subtle. It was in the finale where Stormfront is talking to Ryan about white genocide, and you just see Homelander's expression in his eyes when the penny finally drops, and he's just looking at her like, okay, I may be a dick, but at least I'm not a racist dick. And there's also very appropriate links to our current state of society. I think the most impactful one was Maeve's storyline, in which the media and Vought are constantly manipulating both her sexuality and love life just to try and get their numbers up, not quite understanding the impact that it's going to have on her as a human being and also anyone that she loves. And then you've got the not so subtle themes of far-right ideals entering into an established democracy, brainwashing Americans into thinking that it is the way forward. I have absolutely no idea who or what that could be based on. So by the time the finale comes, a lot of the plot threads are very nicely wrapped up. Sadly, Becca dies in the arms of Butcher. You think he's just going to completely snap and potentially kill Ryan, but he adheres to the promise of Becca. He sends Ryan away to be cared for, looked after, and kept safe from Homelander. Homelander now, he's just seen his girlfriend die, his son's been taken away from him. I think if there was any chance of him possibly being a redeeming character for a bigger villain to step in, I think that's gone. I think Homelander is past redemption, he's beyond saving, he is a lost cause. And the boys, Huey, Frenchie, they all seem to be in the clear. They're all going off to try and live regular lives, or as regular as can be. And it felt like more of a wrapping up a series rather than just capping off a season. That was until Victoria Newman was revealed to be the one behind all the exploding heads. That seems to very nicely set up Season 3 next year. The Boys Season 2 was another excellent roller coaster full of twists, surprises, grotesque violence, and full of Karl Urban saying the word, "Can't believe that we have to wait for more episodes, but that's the way it is, and I am really excited to see what Season 3 can bring us. Overall, I'm going to give The Boys Season 2 a 9 out of 10. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on The Boys Season 2. Let me know, have you watched the show, and what did you think of it? And my question to you, who is your favourite character from The Boys? As I'm sure some of you are aware, we are currently on the road to 300 subscribers, so if you are watching this video, you have enjoyed yourself, but you are not yet subscribed, what are you doing? Please click that subscribe button. I promise you, you will make my day. I've really enjoyed talking about TV shows for a change, so like I said, I'm hoping to keep this up. Please let me know, again, down in the comments, if you like me talking about TV shows, and if there are any TV shows that you would like me to talk about. Thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, please make sure that you click that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All the links to my social media accounts, my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and my letterbox are all in the description below. And if you haven't liked the video, what are you still doing here?